This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff, Al, and Erica, and we got a little treat for you today. We're going to look back at some of the best moments from the show. Okay, so we do talk a lot on this panel, and some of it can be pretty outlandish. So we thought it'd be fun to play a little game to see if we can figure out who said what. Here is an encore presentation of DBL's Who Said It game. Take a look. Okay, here we go.
Come on.
All right,
Bring it on.
Here's the first one.
My feet are disgusting. I got something weird going on with the pinkies.
Okay, who do we think said it? We got Al. Al says Jeff. Definitely, I remember this day. It was Al. I remember this day. Yes, it was.
All right, let's go.
Yep. Let's see who said it.
My feet are disgusting. I got something weird going on with the pinkies.
I remember you saying that that day. Yes, yes. Okay, so here's line number 2. Roll it.
Call me parking ticket Patricia, or whoever it is.
Okay, I'm going to read the line because that sounded a little hard to hear. Call me parking ticket Patricia, or whoever it is. That's definitely Jeff.
No way.
I would never.
Patricia? I would say Pete.
Erica says Jeff. I said Jeff. You think Erica. You think Erica. I think Jeff. Let's see who said it.
Call me parking ticket Patricia, or whoever it is. What were we talking about?
Do you remember that?
No.
We have to get the full clip after the show, and we will post that. Like, I wonder what that conversation was.
You thought it was, who'd you think it was?
Jeff.
Yeah, but I would have said parking ticket Pete. You know?
Yeah. You may have said Patricia.
Oh, my God.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
I'm too lazy to go to the trash can, and I'll just eat it.
What? I'm too lazy to go to the trash can. I'll just eat it?
I think that's
definitely Jeff.
I think that might be
with cookies
me.
and brownies. That's Jeff.
I've eaten couch crumbs before.
I know. And one time it wasn't a crumb.
I will never forget that.
I definitely have.
Let's see. We all are in agreement that it's Jeff. Let's see who said it. I'm like too lazy to go to the trash can, and I'll just eat it.
Oh!
It's true.
Did you know that was you?
No, but Jeff and I have had this conversation.
We have.
I'm full agreement with Jeff. If I'm sitting there on the couch and the kids have had snacks, I'm going to brush it into my hand. Oh. And instead, sometimes of going all the way downstairs to the trash can, I'll just eat it.
No, I don't brush things in to eat them. I've been on the couch before, just like watching TV, and I'm like, that wasn't what I was eating. I thought it was like a piece of rice, and it wasn't.
Oh, no, I'll full on eat the kids' Cheerios.
Stop.
What?
Please stop.
I am their garbage disposal.
No, please stop.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
okay. All right. Here's the next one. Roll it.
Anyone with no eyebrows is a little weird, right?
So, Jeff, he was talking about me, because I don't have eyebrows. These are all fake.
I thought.
No,
I'm going with me.
No, it was Jeff. I remember feeling a little certain way about it.
Oh, are you sure it was that, or was it the random crumbs?
Yeah, you were having delusions from like rotten fruit you had eaten from the couch.
No, wait, my couch is so clean. It's just when the kids are eating
because you're
snacks.
eating the crumb that's on there.
Okay. Let's see who said it.
anyone with no eyebrows is a little weird, right?
Yeah, that was Jeff.
It's just my reaction, like.
It's true, because they have no expression. What are you talking about? Like, what's going on there? Are you happy?
Well, that's how they draw them
Well,
on.
sometimes people don't have eyebrows.
Yes.
Yeah, but if I'm talking to you and you're not, like right now, you're like curious, right?
Well, yeah, but mine are permanently tattooed on.
I know, but
because I had no eyebrows.
If you just come up to me and be like, hey, do you know where Wendy's is? With no eyebrows, I'm like,
no. Okay. We got one more.
You're curious, right?
We got one more.
How dare you with your uncooked chicken?
With your what?
That's definitely Sam.
How dare you is all
with
you
your
need.
Uncooked chicken.
All you need is a how dare you.
Yeah, I say how dare you a lot, so it's definitely me. I don't remember it, though.
I think it's me, because I think I remember telling this story.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, let's see who did it.
How dare you with your uncooked chicken? Wait, play that again. It was a mock. I wasn't saying that. You.
How do you know it's with me?
Because I want to be right.
Wait, Jeff's the winner? Are you sure?
Oh, man. I think I only got one right.
Mine was a mile.
Oh my gosh, he actually got a big check.
Oh.
Wait, don't look yet.
Wow.
It's a Happy Gilmore
Jeff
check.
won $5.
This goes back to my Big Brother days. I got one of these.
Oh,
More
$5
zeros.
for 5 years. That's cute.
Yeah, I'll take it. And I'm cashing this thing just so you know. I want $5.
I can see Jeff
Take
going
that
to the
in.
bank with
You're
it.
going to the bank with that?
How jealous are you?
That's embarrassing.
I want one.
Let's all.
Can I get one for 0?
Let's all take a picture. Put this in there.
I got second. They just told me I got second.
Where's your
so
check?
what does second get? We'll be right back.
$250.
This is amazing.
Did you cash your check?
Where is that? I wanted to keep that and put it in my garage. They took it back.
They took it back.
I think I saw it in the back, like
Did
right
you?
after, and then it just disappeared.
Oh.
But you could tell how competitive
disappeared.
Sam is. Sam was really mad.
No, I wasn't.
You could tell. You were
was
giving
not.
Jeff daggers. I could see it.
Absolutely not.
No angry.
If we had captioned this photo, we took a still, it was anger.
That's
Yeah.
not true. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Tisha Campbell Martin. She's telling us all about her encounter with a bear at a grocery store.
Ooh, look at those
and
M&Ms.
a woman's escape from a Christian reform school run by her own parents. You do not want to miss this cult survivor story.
To explain the strategic petroleum reserves, we went to Patrick Dehan, a fuel analyst from Gas Buddy, the Congressional Research Service's report on the reserves, and the Department of Energy. First, what are the strategic petroleum reserves?
The nation found that because we consume a lot of crude oil, we are subject to oil-producing nations cutting off supply, and that we should probably have some sort of emergency reserve.
The Department of Energy reports the government currently has more than 600 million barrels of oil stored in facilities in Texas and Louisiana along the Gulf Coast. So when have they been used before?
Well, very rarely have we seen releases from the strategic reserve.
The last time was in 2011. According to Congressional Research Services, that year a conflict in Libya caused a worldwide oil supply disruption, and that led President Obama to release more than 30 million barrels of oil.
But it has never been used when there hasn't been a disruption. So this situation would be different in that this is primarily being used to bring prices down, even though there's no physical disruption.
With that said, will the latest release cause immediate changes to gas prices? Short answer, no.
The president authorized up to 50 million barrels of release. That does not mean that all of a sudden tonight that there's more oil on the market.
The Department of Energy says it takes at least 13 days for the released oil to hit the markets. And according to the White House, there's a schedule for this oil release. 32 million of the gallons will get released over the next several months, and the other 18 over several years.
The National Student Clearinghouse says enrollment in higher education has declined by 6.5% since the pandemic began, and community colleges are being hit especially hard. Researchers say that's concerning since those schools often enroll more low-income students. So where did all the students go? Well, many young adults are headed straight into the workforce after high school. Companies are offering big incentives for new hires right now, so a job may be more alluring than hitting the books. The pandemic also made it tougher for older students to go back to school. Students with families lost their study time when kids started learning from home, and many have continued to stay home with their children instead of shelling out again for childcare. Experts are concerned that the shift away from higher ed could have a big impact on our economy. If people aren't going to college, then there are fewer skilled workers to hire, and that could be the case for years to come.
If you've ever said, "You go, girl," or "Damn, Gina," it's because of the 90s hit sitcom Martin and the muse who became everyone's favorite girlfriend. Here's a look at our hilarious interview with my girl. That's right, I said my girl, Tisha Campbell Martin, in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Tisha Campbell. Now, we all watched you go off to college and House Party 2, and then you also slayed your role as a student in Spike Lee's School Days. But now you have a son in college. So get real with us. What freaks you out the most as a parent when it comes to college?
You know what? It's knowing that I made him as independent as possible. You know, you really want that and confident as a child or as a young person. But you know, he's newly in love, so that makes me really happy.
Tisha,
because I really like her and she's very nice.
There you go.
There we go.
Tisha, we talked about your crazy encounter with a bear at the grocery store. Now that we have you here,
bear gets more coverage than me.
what were you thinking? You got to let us know. What were you thinking when that bear walked down the aisle?
Let me tell you what I was thinking, daggone. So, the week before, I had just gone to Arizona for some work, right? I ran into a bobcat, was running from that. I ran into some coyotes, a tarantula, and some javelinas. I didn't even know what a javelina was, but apparently it's pork, okay? 20 of them. And then I go home thinking I'm cool. The first day, avoid the crowds, get there early. And of course, I run into a bear in my local grocery store. Now, I looked calm, but I was not calm. I was trying, my father, thank God, taught me how to play chess, so I was trying to think my way out of the store. Because to me, where there's a baby bear, there's a mama bear somewhere. So I was just thinking my way through.
Talk about your girl, Tashina Arnold. Now, you guys met in audition when you guys were kids, like from the
11
beginning.
and 12 years old.
Wow.
Yes, we were 11 and 12. Yeah.
And you guys obviously have been cool ever since. So I have to ask, as somebody, and I know we've all auditioned, do you guys ever go after the same role? Because I remember seeing the same people at the same auditions.
Yes, all the time. But, you know, that's what gravitated us to one another, is that when we first met, you know, we would find out about auditions and we would call the other one. Did you hear about this one? Well, come meet me and let's crash it. You know, and if it wasn't me who got the role, I wanted it to be her and vice versa. So we always operated like that. And we always operated on being, you know, authentic with one another, holding each other accountable, not being a yes man, supporting one another. That's the kind of friend that you would really want for a lifetime.
That's true empowerment. Your new movie, we got to talk about it, The J-Team. It stars YouTuber JoJo Siwa, who got her start on Dance Mom. So talk about your role and how much dancing did it require?
Well, I didn't have to do a whole bunch of dancing, right? But I did have to come in and be I'm playing the choreographer, Coach Poppy. And this is the first time, you guys, that I got to play a villain.
Oh,
in
nice.
any film. So being able to be the Cruella de Vil of it all was exciting. It was fun. I got to mess with the kids. Michael Lang, the director, left the camera open and was like, I don't know what Tisha's gonna do, so let's just keep the cameras rolling.
Cheer up, this is gonna be fun as long as you follow my rules.
Like, the theme of the movie is really about being your authentic self, not dimming the light. And I was a newly single mom, so it hit my heartstrings. And then JoJo was being her authentic self in the media at the time. And so there was so much focus on that. I wanted to support that. And Nickelodeon in general wanted to make sure that this was a very diverse film, so everybody is represented. We even have a trans teen, the first trans teen in a musical.
Amazing.
Being represented in this film. So it's inclusive, it's fun, it's dancing, it's music.
I can't wait.
We need that. We need that in, you know, coming out of the isolation of it all.
Thank you, Tisha.
Thank you, Tisha.
Always a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
The IRS announced it's changing the tax brackets for income in 2022, and it's generating a lot of headlines, with a lot of people asking on Google whether federal income tax brackets change every year. So, let's verify. Our sources are the IRS, the Tax Foundation, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The IRS uses 7 tax brackets to calculate what percentage of your income goes to taxes each year. In general, the BLS says average wages increase annually with inflation. This additional pay could push someone into a higher tax bracket even if their spending power hasn't actually increased. That's why the IRS makes an annual inflation adjustment to the brackets. The exact amount doesn't always correlate with inflation. The BLS estimates item costs 6.2% more now than a year ago, but the IRS is only raising the brackets by 3.2%. This is because the IRS assumes people will also change their shopping habits when faced with higher prices, such as buying store brands or cheaper cuts of meat. Still, the more than 3% increase to the bracket is the largest since Congress changed the tax code in 2017, and for some brackets, the largest since 2009 during the height of the Great Recession. So, it's true. Federal income tax brackets do change annually. The same can't be said for state income taxes because the Tax Foundation says 15 states and D.C. do not automatically adjust for inflation. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Cults prey on vulnerable people, with children being the most at risk. Our next cult survivor story centers around abuse at a boarding school and a daughter who broke free. Take a look.
My parents, Boyd and Stephanie Householder, opened Circle of Hope in July 2006.
A boarding school for girls she now calls an abusive cult.
When I was a baby, I was really, really close with my father. My song and his song was Wrapped Around Your Finger by The Police.
After turning 5, Amanda's mom convinced her dad to return to religion and join the Independent Fundamental Baptists. This changed the lives of hundreds of children forever. In 2001, her dad began working at Agape boarding school for boys. That experience led him to strict practices that became more abusive.
Agape was exactly how my dad was. Agape also is where my dad learned to restrain, do extreme workouts for the kids, withhold water, food portions.
And in 2006, her parents opened Circle of Hope Ranch for girls, and things got worse.
My parents were extreme when it came to punishing. So if we were at church and I needed to go to the bathroom, but I ended up in the hallway talking with my friends, that would cause me at home to be severely beaten. It wasn't just like a couple of spankings. It was beaten until I was black and blue, beaten until I couldn't move. When I was 8, I tried running away. When I was 10, I started trying to commit suicide. I just always knew something was wrong, but no matter who I went to, no matter what I did to speak out, I always ended up getting punished worse because it always got back to my parents.
Once Amanda was on her own, girls started making more claims of abuse and rape online. At first, Amanda denied them, but once a shocking video surfaced, she was forced to confront the truth.
Knock her out.
Yes, sir. I had my kids, and something inside of me started realizing that I would never do this to my kids. It's not right. And then I started realizing, oh my gosh, this is happening to other people's kids currently. And I have to speak out. I have to do something about it.
Thank you for joining us, Amanda, and being so brave to share your story with us. So when you think back about the Circle of Hope Ranch for girls, what are some of the first thoughts that come to your mind?
I think of torture, sadness. I don't think of happiness at all.
So what exactly was happening to you that led you to want to run away and even attempt suicide when you were growing up?
Even from infancy, we were spanked. And when I say spanked, it wasn't just like 1 or 2 pats on the butt. It was beatings. By the time I was 8, I was being beaten so bad that it was leaving bruises and blood and bruises on my body. And so I just didn't want to deal with that anymore.
When girls first started making claims of abuse, your father convinced you to defend him. What was the one thing that finally got you to speak out against your parents? What changed you?
I had kids myself. I had reached out to so many people as a child trying to get them to do something to help me, and no one ever believed me. Once I had my own kids, I really truly realized that what was happening wasn't right, and it was happening to other people's kids, not just my family anymore. I would never let someone treat my child that way, and so I felt that I needed to do something to speak out.
You know, we often talk about the positive sides of social media. So explain how social media played a role in how you and other victims were able to finally get authorities involved so that you could press charges.
I posted a video about what went on behind closed doors with that school. From there, we blew up. We got 20,000 followers a day, to the point that it got the attention of a deputy in Cedar County. And so from that point on, he started taking our statements. We had at least, I want to say 30 girls come forward and give their statements to him. And then by September of that year, Circle of Hope was, the girls were being removed. So social media has a huge role into us being heard.
So what was specifically in the video that made people actually pay attention to you this time?
The video is just my mom in the background, like smiling and smirking with all the dogs. But then it's my dad yelling at the girls, knock her out. If she clenches her fist, knock her out. And he says it over and over and over. And he's telling all of the girls to knock out this one girl if she clenches her fist. I later on found out that that girl was only 13.
Can I ask you what the hardest part about coming forward was, but also the best part?
I always wanted to have the perfect family. I wanted to be my dad's little girl. I wanted my mom to love me. I just wanted that. And so the hardest part was knowing that doing this, I was never going to get it, but I would never have the opportunity to get that. I was a daddy's little girl. And so that was the hardest part, was knowing that my parents were going to hate me. They weren't just going to be mad at me, they were going to hate me. The best part, I would have to say, was knowing that those girls were getting out and that they would not have to endure at all anymore what we went through.
I am just so sorry that you've had to endure all that. No child should ever have to endure that. But at the same time, I'm so proud of you for being so courageous, because you really are saving so many lives. Speaking of your parents, they are facing more than 100 felony charges, but are currently at home. That makes me angry. Explain how that's possible.
It's kind of ironic if you think about it in a sick way. One of the things my parents would refuse was medical attention for the girls. My mom and dad went to jail and started claiming my mom has blood clot in her foot. Well, all the evidence shows that it's just an infection in her foot and that she was getting better. But they let her out on medical necessity. And then my dad claimed he had COVID, and there's no evidence to him even having COVID. So they got out by claiming medical needs.
That's absurd. Yeah. Thank you for coming on here today and speaking your truth. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Researchers say Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment pill showed strong results during phase 3 trial. That prompted questions like these on Twitter, suggesting the pill could replace the vaccine. And Verify viewer Jason asked if the pills work within the body the same way as Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. So let's verify. Can Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment pills replace vaccines? Our sources are Pfizer, the FDA, and 3 doctors who specialize in infectious diseases. Several of the posts refer to the pill and a vaccine as an either-or scenario, but doctors say they work very differently.
Well, the pill is not a preventative. The pill would be used as a treatment. So you actually have to get the infection in order to use the pill.
Once infected, Pfizer's research shows its pill is very effective at keeping people out of the hospital.
This is a good backup, but really preventing the infection is the best thing.
Which is why doctors say the vaccine is the best way to prevent getting COVID-19.
If you choose not to get the vaccine, if you get tested every few days, and as soon as you test positive, you get to the doctor and take these pills, that'll offer you some protection.
Pfizer's pill works differently than its vaccine because they have different goals. The vaccine teaches your immune system to fight off the virus and make it less likely you'll get infected, while the pill helps your body fight the virus if you take it after you get infected.
Other antivirals that target viral proteases have been developed for viruses such as HIV and hepatitis C, and these have been very effective at controlling spread in the community and treating infections.
So it's false that Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment pill can replace vaccines because they don't prevent infection. They only help after someone is already infected. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
From self-checkout to long wait times, it seems like customer service is the latest victim of the pandemic. It's being called Skimflation. You pay the same price at checkout but get less customer service for your purchase. In reality, it means longer lines at checkout, fewer people in call centers to answer your questions, and generally more work for you the next time you go shopping. Companies are having trouble sourcing and shipping their products and finding employees willing to work for the wages they used to pay. All that's on top of rising inflation that's cutting into profits. So, companies are skimping on the customer experience to keep prices steady. That's not to say all stores are taking these steps, but if you expect to be pampered before and after your purchase, be prepared to pay a little extra.
Welcome back to DBL. So I admit it, I have a tendency to say expressions or phrases wrong. Our producers took note and put this together for you. Enjoy. He could have been a lone sheep. Coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
I meant to say the black sheep. Right? The lone sheep's different than the black sheep.
The lone wolf and the black sheep.
Okay. He kicked the dirt off the shoes.
That's right.
Let me tell you. Okay. Did I do it? Say
That's
it
not
right?
even
What about Overboat? With Goldie Hawn.
Overboard. Yes. Please remember when you bring up movies from 49 years ago.
Hey, man overboat.
But I know that two rights don't make a wrong. They say when you love what you do, it's not a job. So there you go. And speaking of your...
That's not the saying.
Goes at all.
That's not
We
how
got
it goes?
You don't work a day in your life or something like that.
Well,
you got the gist of it.
Meant. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Boom! Thanks, Kelly.
That was the first quote you got right in 2001.
Yeah.
Damn, I love you so much.
We do. I love you guys. I do have a surprise for Mr. Jeff, who already saw it. But here it is.
Yes.
Wow!
A regifting.
It's
regifting.
Now what are you going to do with it?
Christmas bonus.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to put it in my garage.
Cool.
Good follow-up, Sam.
Bye, guys.